With Lauren right around the corner, it only made sense to play a couple more drafts of this Supreme Cube. Okay, welcome back, vintage gamers, to a video I said I wasn't going to make. I said I wasn't going to play anymore or stream anymore of this cube. But I decided I'm going to, because Lorwyn is right around the corner, so new cards are coming tomorrow. So if I don't have any new cards to play with tonight, I might as well play something fun instead. I know that these videos don't do it as well, so I do appreciate if you are watching this on YouTube that you are still enjoying and checking out this content. It is very vintage adjacent. I say this is about as close as you can get to vintage without actually being vintage. You're basically drafting a vintage deck. I did help Chris Wolf put together this cube a little bit. I don't really want to oversell my involvement. I kind of gave it a pass and through and put my input in. But I would say, major, all the credit here goes to Chris. So we're just going to draft. This is a special pick two format where you get a fresh pack every time and you pick two cards out of that pack and you basically draft a vintage construction deck. That's about all it takes. We'll do something extremely degenerate or try to stop people from doing something degenerate. I'll see you for draft. Looking to play some paper vintage? The next full proxy ELD vintage opening is happening in Bellingham, Mass on February 1st. I'll see you there. Okay, welcome to our draft here. We're gonna do some Supreme Cube. Yes, there were some things that happened for sure. We're gonna do something that we haven't done yet. So we've already done mono white, and we did. What was the other deck we did? We did mono white and we did some kind of combo deck. And I did, during my challenge stream, I did an oath deck that was quite good. So let's do something different. Let's maybe hedge towards an artifact deck. Yeah, I think Twister Mystic Forge is where we want to be then. What was the first deck I drafted? I started as, I think it must have just, it was Breach. Yes, it was Grixis Breach. So I've drafted Grixis Breach, and I've drafted Mono White Initiative, and I've drafted Oath of Druids. So let's do something different. I actually think we could do like an aggressive, maybe an aggressive black deck might be fun too. Plagon? Plagon's actually quite strong. This card is very powerful. I'm going to draft the 2 power, though, here. Or the 2 restricted cards, I should say. Here's a Mana Crypt and a One Ring. That looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, I did not record it. I drafted it between rounds during my challenge last weekend. It was a 6-0 Oath deck. It was very cool. Because there are duplicates in this cube, you can get those more synergistic decks drafted. It's really fun. All right, I'm going to see if we can draft some Jewel here, basically. This is a One Ring and a Saga. Ooh, I could draft KCI. Okay, I'm going to draft KCI. That's what we're going to do. Obviously, I'd like to take a Saga here, but I'm going to draft KCI. That's for Justin. I have missed on a Chain of Vapor here, which I would like to have in my KCI deck, but... Okay. So let's do KCI things. Here's a Mox, and Mightstone Weakstone is very KCI. Patchwork can be pretty KCI. And I do want to draft blue cards because I would like to be able to theoretically have Force of Will in my deck. I don't feel like Mightstone Weakstone is good enough. I mean, like, Patchwork is... It's just nice to have an alternative. And I don't think Mightstone Weakstone is like a crucial card, so. Here's our Scrap Trawler, and this is a recurable artifact. Is there a better choice? I could take the Otawara. Ooh, I actually think I like the Otawara and the Scrap Trawler. Though, I don't know how good the Otawara actually is, because if they play like a Null Rod effect, then am I really going to have 4 mana? Probably not. So I think one of the keys to drafting this format is you need to be doing the most powerful thing possible, but you also need to make sure you have ways to stop hate pieces. I actually think that hate decks are very strong. I think Mono White Initiative is really strong. I think Collector Oof is really strong. Null Rod decks are really strong. I think Trap is good. So yeah, this deck is like very high power, but because it's so high power, because you draft so many Moxen, the decks that prey on you for drafting high power get better as well. Though my problem is Odawara is not the best at answer. The best answer is usually Chain of Vapor. So, I don't think I'm gonna need like a Lantern. So it's really a free second pick here between like Trap. I don't think we get enough blue cards for Commandeer. But Trap might be a way to get us to turn 2 if we don't end up on Forces. So I'm going to try with Scrap Trap. I actually think the Bazaar decks are totally fine to Jordan. I know you were hating on the Bazaar decks, but I was, in Chris Wolf's chat, we have multiple Bazaar trophies. I think you're not going to mold to Bazaar. You're going to have the ability to play Oofs and Null Rods. But I actually think those decks are quite reasonable. I drafted one off stream. Oh, that's another one I drafted. I drafted a Bazaar deck off stream that went 1-2 and a Bazaar deck that went 2-1. Just to try to see how the concept worked. Cryogen, Relic, Alchemist, Ponder, Trinisphere. Relic is good if I have blue producing things. I don't know if it's actually good here, but I guess it does help me with blue cards for Force, which is kind of nice. I don't think Trinisphere is what I want to be doing here. Alchemist can help with a Time Vault combo, but it's not very good besides that. So it might just be Trinisphere anyways. No, I think Bazaar in like the Reanimator deck is like fine, but not amazing. I think Bazaar, I mean, I think both of the Bazaar decks are like fine, but not amazing. Yeah. Well, this is an extremely high power cube, so you end up with some more niche cards that fit the high power decks. Oh, I see. So I miss out on Golos, and I miss out on Fleshraker. Is very unfortunate. This is not Magic the Gathering Arena, where you can't have 2 power in the same pack. We don't do that here. So I will take my 2 Moxen. Petal helps me get it blue. Metamorph I like. You don't have to take both Moxen. No, I think I have to take both Moxen. The deck I'm drafting, it's like you're taking both Moxen. I'm gonna take Metamorph and Petal. Here's a Tinker and the second Glaring Fleshraker. I think I want to make sure I have a Glaring Fleshraker. Might be hard to cast. I have a Mana Crypt, though. Man, is it better than Stock Up? It's just such a clean and easy way to win. I think Fleshraker is just better. I like, but not even Play Twister. We'll see. Also, Narset is bugged right now, and I don't really want to play a bugged card as part of the thing as well. Vexing Bauble, I think, is a must pick. I'd like to take this Ichor Wellspring, but I don't think it's better than having a Mana Vault, unfortunately. I'd love an Ichor Wellspring for my Ironworks deck, but this Mana Vault is too high of a priority. These 2 cards are going to be very important. Yeah. Sad. I don't know if there are 2 Wellsprings in this cube. We'll have to find out. But Mana Vault is just too good with the way my deck is currently situated. Coveted Jewel, Nettle Cyst, Brain Freeze. Those are some interesting cards because you can use Brain Freeze like off your opponent's Storm pretty easily in this deck or in this format. And like it is technically a way to win with my combo, and it does give me blue cards. And like, what am I passing up here? I mean, I think I'm gonna take this Jewel. I'm just like trying to figure out if I want to pass up on Nettle Cyst for Brain Freeze, and I think I can. Let's do that. Let's take Brain Freeze and Jewel here. Wasteland, Hull Breacher, Foundry Inspector, Bauble, Preordain. So I don't think this Foundry Inspector is currently very good in my deck, but it is the kind of card that we're trying to play. We can take the Hull Breacher if we want to have the access to Hull Breacher Twister, which I think is fine. I don't really see myself playing these other cards anyways, so let's deal with that. Here's our Workshop and a City of Traders. Oh, but there's also Splacer Kitten. Kitten is a nice one with Jewel. But can't really pass up on City because there's only... I don't know if there are 2 cities in this. I think there might only be 1 city in this whole cube, so I think we're going to have to just take the Workshop and the City. Here's a Monolith. Monolith is fantastic, and an Ancient Tomb. Would we pass up on Force of Will for that? I think so. Currently pretty low on blue count, and I think these cards are going to make our deck better than the Forces. We can always maybe hit a second Force. Here's a Sapphire. Perfect. And another Ironworks. Love that. Well, like, everyone, like, the predominant way people are playing this cube is to combo. And so not only is the Brain Freeze a win con in our deck, but it's a win con against our opponent's decks. And it's blue. I just, like, don't think the Nettlecyst is very high value here. This is a very different cube than Vintage Cube. It's extremely different. I like Unable to Scream, and I like Jewel, and I like Hercules myself a little bit. But I think Unable to Scream is what we want. This is an interactive anti-creature card that's blue. Chain of Vapor would be better because it hits Null Rod itself, but I think it's better than Hercules here. I need to fill out my 1 and 2 drops in my next 7 packs or so here. Here's a Mana Drain. Oh, here's a Chromatic Star. Clown Car is interesting as well. I like... I'm definitely taking this Star. Well, if I want to Ironworks Crap Trawler, the 1 and 2 drops matter, right? And I do still want to make my deck Ironworks. Like, it's a Jewel deck too, but I'm gonna take this Drain. Am I gonna be able to play Drain? Blue. I might not be able to play Drain. Clown Car. Each Clown Car token is an additional 2 mana. Maybe we can just play Clown Car. No, I can play it off of Jewel if I like do a turn 1 Jewel but don't combo. Yeah, I'm gonna take this Drain. It's fine. Here's a Monolith and a 4. Oh no! 3 cards I want. I want Monolith, and I want Force, and I want Top. Top is so good here. Am I just gonna say no Forces? I feel like that's a hard choice to say. How many blue cards am I gonna play here? It's not even guaranteed I play all of these blue cards. I have 31 cards I'm trying to play in my deck already. I'm probably supposed to take this Force, but I think I want to take Top and Monolith here and be... I mean, I'm supposed to take this Force. Can I not play Monolith? It's like so bad to not play Monolith here. No, I have to take Top. I'm gonna take Top Monolith and... We're colorless combo. Ooh, here's an Into the Flood Maw, a Scrawling Crawler, a Talon. Oh my god! This pack has so many good cards. Defense Grid, Talon Gates, Into the Flood Maw, Remora, and Crawler. Wow. I'm taking this Talon Gates first, I believe. And then I think the next pick might be Grid, but I still have no other Null Rod answers, really. So it's like... Maybe Scrawling Crawler. Nah, probably not. I do have Twister. This like is a good defense grid deck. I'm gonna take this into the Flood Maw because I don't have an into the Flood Maw effect right now. Here is a Scrap Trawler and then a Sink into Stupor. I like that a lot. That's a really good pack too. Here is an Opal and a Kappa Cannoneer, or I mean, this deck can jar. Like if there's ever a jar deck, I don't have Force in my deck. I don't need random blue cards. If there's ever a jar deck, it's this, right? Try it. Our deck has so many playables. Another Mox. A Pio. Oracle. Mox Pio. Ancestral Lotus is my last pack? Oh my god. My last pack is Ancestral Lotus. I don't get to take Citadel. Okay. These are my cards? I think this is not happening. I mean, bro, what is this deck? Maybe I bring just Trap in on the draw. I do need to win the game, and I have no Time Vault key yet, which is interesting. So I do actually need this Brain Freeze. No, I have a Spectre top, I guess, a Fleshbreaker and one top, I guess. I think I don't need Unable to Scream because I have Into the Floodmoss Sink and Talon Gates. Okay, so if I were to play from this spot, how many land? Like, do I need more lands? Do I actually need more lands? I actually hit Ancient Tomb City, so my Spectre. How many though? I have 14 mana sources in this deck that don't cost mana, and then I have an additional 3 more mana sources that do cost mana. I mean, it's at least one basic, but like, how many more? Like, okay, I think this Cryogen Relic is not playing here. It's just not making, like, this deck is just so powerful, it just doesn't make the cut. Is this just it? Like, can I play this? 15 0 mana sources in my 40 card deck with 2 monoliths and a mana vault. But I am playing Jewels, so, and I have no keys and no Tezzeret's. But I do have Ironworks. This deck is crazy. I hope it's good. It's a little all in. What about this Trinisphere? Bring like Trinisphere on the play and Trap on the draw. And then just play one more island. What do you think about that? Is cutting Trinisphere crazy here? Okay, I think this is as close as I'm going right now. If I do make any, what are this Foundry Inspector? Is this Foundry Inspector worse than a card? Like, this Foundry Inspector is not actually good here, right? I mean, maybe it's okay with like Coveted Jewels and PO and stuff. Okay, I will cut the video here. If I make a change, I'll let you know as we enter round 1. Okay, welcome to round 1 of this draft. We did make one last minute change. We dropped the Foundry Inspector for the 3-ball. Let's battle. I have a nice one. That's my deck. It's a nice one. Assuming the Black Lotus resolves, I guess. This is just a jewel hand. It's just a medium jewel hand. All right. Ancestral Recall, target myself. How does that make you feel, opponent? It resolves? Great. Love that for me. So now I have options here. I have 6 mana. I could play a jewel, but my deck doesn't actually like win from the jewel. I have how many? I have like a bajillion more. Where'd my picture go? Need to see like my likelihood of. Why is it so small and fuzzy? No. What the open link? That was weird. So I can draw. To play my jewel, I have to play a land. So I only have 3. I have 6 hits, 7 hits, 8 hits, 8 hits. I only have 8 hits. I kind of want to play Forge. Oh, I guess I have Sink. The problem with it is I have to play my Sink into Stupor, which is the card I want to hold up off of Jewel. Metamorph is a hit and Tinker is a hit. All right, fuck it. Yeah, I'm in. Cast Coveted Jewel. I'm in. Draw 3. Vexing Bauble is a hit. Actually, that's a hit. That's totally a hit. All right. Pass. Got him. That's a hit. That counts as a hit for sure. The only way this doesn't cover me is if my opponent goes like Elvish Spirit Guide Collector Oof. That's the way this. That's the only way. Like, I'm telling you guys, Collector Oof is actually very good in this format. All right. Delta go. There's a Metamorph. So we should probably start with, let's see. I have 6 mana. I think we should start with Mystic Forge. Okay. Play a Mana Vault. Scrap Trawler. Don't think I want to play a Scrap Trawler. It's only good if I hit a KCI later. So I think I'm just going to play a Metamorph as a jewel. Okay. I did not hit Tolarian Academy in this draft, by the way. No Tolarian Academy in this draft is something to keep in mind. So I'm going to use my Mystic Forge to get rid of this card. Okay. So I still have no KCI. I have a bunch of mana. I could use my Bauble. I'd rather try not to use my Bauble if possible, though. I I think what I'm going to do is just play a ring. I've already used my ancestrals. I can still draw in response. Memory jar. All right, I'm just gonna play workshop and play trawler and see what happens here. I at least have an island, so if I get oofed or something, I have plays. We definitely cannot deploy our Lotus Petal. Is this a Vamp? Oh, an Entomb. Okay. The problem is we have a Vexing Bauble, so even if they Entomb an Atraxa, like, it just doesn't do a whole lot. If they Entombed, like, Bane of Progress, that might be a problem. Actually, it's not a problem because I have a Scrap Trawler. It just brings everything back. That's kind of funny, actually. They could go Time Walk here. They really need to remove this Vexing Bauble to, like, have permission after. Shallow Grave. Is that a card in this cube? I'm actually not sure. Animate Dead. Okay. If Shallow Grave was a card in the cube, Shallow Graving and Atraxa here would be quite good. Because that would give them mana, which is what they're going to be tight on with the Vexing Bauble. So Atraxa resolves. I don't think that's an issue. Yeah, so it's just Barrowgoyf, blue cards. Grief gets countered. Sapphire gets countered. So next turn they can grief me, but I don't expect to give my opponent another turn here. I gotta be careful not to kill myself with this jar, actually. Drawing too many cards. Top and Raker is a win, true. Grief, Dark Ritual, Lorien, Mox, Orborg. But it's now my turn. Like, a KCI should also loop us through our whole deck here as well. Chris Wolf is in chat, so you can put whatever feedback you'd like. Vexing Bauble counters Mox Sapphire. Sorry, opponent. Good try, though. I mean, gotta try. Gotta check Moto's... Gotta check if Moto's got it covered or not. You never know. All right. So I am taking 2 damage, and I'm untapping with near infinite mana. It's kind of crazy. I have no keys or key effects in this deck. Ah, here we go. All right. A KCI. It should be pretty good. I don't want to sack my Vexing Bauble, though. Something to consider. Is there any way I can, like, lose if I sack my Vexing Bauble? I can always replay my Vexing Bauble later. But if it gets countered, I can buy it back. So I guess it's fine for me to just do that, right? I can just do things. Oh, I guess a Black Lotus is worse than a Ruby. Unless I need blue mana. Yeah, like I said, I don't think anything really matters from here. So let's get back Vexing Bauble and tinker into top, I guess. I'm going to be careful. I got to make sure I don't draw too many cards. right, so I guess if my thing gets negated and they have a follow-up, it's kind of bad, but... I mean, I'm just gonna brain freeze kill my opponent, right? Whoops, forgot about the vexing bubble. Let's spin. There's a flesh raker. All right, so now we just need to replay our stuff, right? All right, give me back a 1. Give me a 1. I also have a number of draws here that kill my opponent as well, so... Well, every time I draw with top, I draw a card, don't I? How does that work? So I draw. I only have a certain number of draws, chat. So I got to do some looping with my KCI first. Let's play a Trinisphere. All right, I'm gonna sack my Trinisphere, get back a 2-drop, play my 2-drop, get back a 1-drop, play my 1-drop, get back a thing. This is definitely lethal, so... This is not technically infinite damage, but it is pretty close to infinite damage. Yes. I have 10 cards left in my library, CRK. I gotta be very careful if I don't just overdraw. I think it's just easier for me to just execute some KCIs here. Every time I sacrifice one of these big permanents, I get back, three pings here. So it's, sack a 4-drop, gets a 3-drop, gets a 2-drop, gets a 1-drop. I could draw the game for fun. I guess I could do that. Where'd my monolith go? I can get protection too. Should I see their whole deck real quick? Because they're F6'd. Oh, wait, what's the Sean trick? What's the Sean trick? All right, so they're just blue good stuff. Time Walk, Force of Will, The One Ring, Psychic Frog, Tameo, Ancestral, Mox, Smocks, Grief, Entomb. It's just Reanimating Troll and Atraxa. Just blue-black scam. All right, blue-black scam. So we are on the draw against blue-black scam. Let's take Trinisphere out. We'll bring Trap in. Don't think we need Breacher here. Don't really feel like we need Unable to Scream here. I'm just going to leave in Into the Flood Maw, though. And we'll run like this. We'll just take Trinisphere out. And I actually think this Vexing Bubble is still fine. We saw Force of Wills and stuff, so. They had Force of Will, so. Yeah, I mean, not as strong as my last hand, but still very strong. Island. Cameo. Sapphire. Ancestral? Will they F6 check me? Are they going to do it? No. Start with a One Ring here. Protection. Okay. Your move, opponent. Ah, Cycle Troll of Khazad-dûm. Now what? Island. Wait, no. Underground Sea. 4 cards in my opponent's hand. Tameo can draw some cards. Now we're dead. What are they going to use their mana drain mana on? Psychic Frog. Clues? It's a pretty good one. Why doesn't it show him play Tameo? He can use his mana drain mana to crack clues. Ah, he's missing value. Pass. I take 1. Could get Hull Breachered here post board. Something to consider. Scrappy boy. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have enough mana to do the things I want to do. So I could play Ironworks, sack Ruby, play Raker or Tinker. Tameo can steal the jewels, which is annoying. I think I'm just going to activate Ring and see what happens. Got a Hull Breacher? We didn't see a Hull Breacher before. Ah, okay. Okay. What is my sequence here? Oh, I don't really have the best trawler set up right here. It's not bad, though. And I can have double trawler. Oh, we're just tinkering for KCIs and jewels mostly. So I think what I'm supposed to do is play this land out to play around Spell Pierce. And then play Lotus. I lose it. Oh, they're just F6'd. I see. Oh, I mean, if that's the case... So I did not realize that was what was going on here. So now I don't have an extra Lotus trigger, which is quite bad for me. But I wanted to play around cards, so... Don't know. Okay, I'm going to play Flesh Raker. And then I'm going to play Metamorph as Flesh Raker. Oh, I don't actually get a thing for that because it's blue. Oh, and that's really bad for me then. Oh, okay. So that was a terrible play. Noted. All right, well, pass. They didn't even, like, crack their clue before F6ing. Whatever. I don't know what I did there, but it was not right. End step Entomb. So they just passed till end step, I guess. Makes sense. Atraxa. Yeah, we missed the Lotus trigger because we were trying to play correctly, but then we found out our opponent was F6'd. I think we're supposed to play around like a Spell Pierce there. It's like super free, right? Not super free. We lost the ability to win the game on the spot, but what's the likelihood our opponent has just absolutely nothing? Dauntsies. I'm pretty insulated. All of these cards are action. You think Metamorph should have triggered there? Well, it triggered... I didn't cast a colorless spell, so... Definitely should not have triggered there. They took the Scrap Trawler. I think I played that really badly, and I should have just maybe jammed into it. Probably should have just jammed into it. It's my fault. That one went off. It was, I didn't gain a spawn, which is the more important part. The fact that they had a Tameo meant I didn't really want to go for, like, Jewel, so... Time Walk, I see. I mean, I'm still in a pretty good spot, so not too worried about it. Oh, that's true. So instead of Flesh Rakering, I could have maybe tinkered for Jewel, because I have KCI. I didn't consider that. I would have to lose the ring to do that, but... yeah, that might have been better, too. I feel like there's a lot of different ways I could have played that turn better. I feel like exposing myself to, like, random removal spell attack, get Jewel is not worth it. I basically would only play Jewel from this spot if I thought I had no chance of losing because of it. Like, our hand and our play, like, we're so overwhelmingly strong that, like, it just doesn't make sense to expose yourself to possible ways to lose the game. No attack with Tameo. I guess it technically blocks Flesh Raker. Opponent does not have, like, enough counterspells in their deck to stop the amount of power we have, so... The one thing I don't have right now is, like, 0-drop artifacts, though. So, like, I don't have, like, tinkerable things and sackable things to Ironworks, and these don't technically count. Oh, interesting. Warburg. Made an Underground Sea. A basic Underground Sea. Grief. Take my Tinker. Yeah, I mean, unless my opponent null rods me, like, I feel pretty good about this spot. Even if they reanimate Atraxa, like, they can grief us and have force, but I think that's not even enough. Shieldred would get you. I didn't see a Shieldred. Did you see a Shieldred? Here's grief, so it takes Tinker. I guess it's, if they're tapped out, maybe it takes Memory Jar. Took Tinker. I mean, if they're passing tapped out, even a force is not saving them from this amount of cards here. Because I can always sack the ring and KCI if I need to play another spell. I definitely do not need Scrap Trawler to kill them with Brain Freeze here. Unless they boarded in an Emrakul. P.O. Draw 3. City Forge. Oh, now. Let's definitely play a Forge. They might just die from Fleshmaker triggers here. I think the Fun Police decks are like really good, but yeah, it's hard. It's tough to want to draft the Fun Police decks. So I can sack my KCI to KCI and play KCI. They force this, it's just not relevant, really. We're just going to play Mana Crypt, get 4 mana. We can PO, we can do whatever we want. We can play Jar. Daze is actually pretty good here. Maybe this was like a little greedy, but seemed fine. Not having Academy in this deck is sad. But not a game breaker. Deal breaker. Is the opponent thinking about forcing this? Is that what's going on here? They had to force Mystic Forge if they wanted to force anything. AFK? Maybe. We have used the same amount of clock, and I was the one who comboed off last game. They are very dead here. I didn't play very well, but our deck is so powerful. Our deck definitely is fragile. If we face up against a Collector Roof, we're going to have a hard time. But our deck is very powerful. This deck got banned in Legacy, but this is no Legacy. All right, I'm going to cut the recording, and we'll come back when our opponent comes back. All right, our opponent has finally returned. Took a little bathroom break, maybe. All right, yeah, they're out of here. Fair enough. All right, here we go. 1-0 bracket, round 2. We lost the die roll here. We do have a hand that contains magic cards. It's just not as strong as our other hands. We might want to mulligan into a more powerful hand than this. Honestly, our deck is that strong. I think we can just mulligan this one. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good, chat. We're good. We're good. I'm an expert. Keep. Island. Let's see. Hold on. 3 mana. 5 mana. 6 mana. 7 mana. So I don't need this ruby. 3 mana. 4 mana. 5 mana. 6 mana. Yeah. Countered Island Ancestral. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. I see that. Okay. All right. What do you got for me? A Bond villain? Hedge Maze Go. Okay. Top. Oh, Emerald. Maybe an Oath deck. I thought the Oath deck was quite good, the one we drafted the other day. I am gonna see if I can bait a force with Ancestral Recall here. My opponent just tapped out, saying go. Okay, sure. Oh crap! I drew the other jewel, so I can't tinker for a jewel now. I can tinker for a KCI. Oh, I do have a Metamorph though. That's probably fine. Is KCI better here? Nah, probably not. Metamorph is probably fine. Jewel. All right. How much mana do I have? 6 more mana still. Could play another Jewel. Maybe I'll draw Mox Pio. No, chat. So close. This is just Trinisphere. Pretty solid turn 1, though, I would say. Not seeing another play here. Look at this. I am the Jewel deck. Oh, God, don't oof me. Don't oof me. I actually have a Talon Gates. Don't no-rod me. And oof is fine. We have Talon Gates for that. No-rod would be a problem. No, pass. Okay, maybe they're holding up in force. Chromatic Star. All right, well, I am going to PO for everything. It's a force. No! Oh, wait, chat. Oh my God, Talon Gates is a broken magic card. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Your Hull Breacher resolves. I will instant speed Talon Gates your Hull Breacher. This card is broken. It's so good. Whoops. Whoops. I guess we're brain freezing our opponent. Let's see. I probably should have put a Vexing Bauble first so I couldn't get trapped here, but it's fine. Yeah, I should definitely have played a Vexing Bauble so I couldn't get trapped here by accident. That was the best Talon Gates of Madara I had ever seen. Oh my lord. Opponent saw the line, and then we had the answer. That card is so good, chat. I'm telling you, it needs to go in more decks. It's that good. So we have seen Hull Breacher from the opponent. I feel like I'm going to bring in my own Hull Breacher. And Unable to Scream is not very good against Hull Breacher. So I think I'm going to take out... I might just take out Jar. I don't really feel the need. Like, you don't want to bring in Twister against an opposing deck that has Hold Reachers, Joe. That's not what we were trying to do here. Opponent has Mold to 5. I don't need, like, to go with risky Twister plays. My deck is so strong. It doesn't need that. All right. 5-card hand from the opponent. They are F6ing again. Ooh. Oh, I should not have. Did I not have the mana? I didn't have the mana, I guess. It's fine. I think they might have Mindbreak Trap, though. Let's see. Yeah, Mindbreak Trap makes sense. That's fine. I kind of agree with you, to Jordan. I think they should just shock their grave. All right, what card you got? Oh, go. Turn off an artifact. Emerald is a really good hit here. Didn't turn off the artifact. Interesting. I don't like that play. I think I would have hit this Emerald. I am going to go with KCI into Forge and hope it's good enough. PO. I think I actually want to exile PO. I don't really want to draw that. I don't really want to draw that either, but... Okay, there's a Mox. That's what we're looking for here. A 1 ring. Guess it just immediately gets OHKO'd. But I could sack it if I wanted to. We need to put like enough threats in play, or... Yeah, I think we just need to put enough threats in play. The 1 ring. I would like to draw Tinker. Metamorph. I can sack. Could sack the 1 ring and Pearl and Metamorph Forge. Doesn't seem very good. I think we just pass with this much. Hopefully we don't get Hold Richard, because I think our plan next turn is some jewels. All right. Tapped, untapped Steam Vents, 4 mana. Minsk and Boo. Okay. And then what? Yeah. I think we're winning then. I think we're winning then. All right, the ring is getting turned off. Are we just sacking the ring now? Or to have it in our yard? Or do we care about having an elk? I guess we can PO it back, but I exiled PO. So I guess it's better in our yard then. Okay, so we have a Metamorph, we have an Into the Flood Maw. If we want to draw that, I have 3 mana, 4 mana plus sacks. So I like starting here with sack this and play a Coveted Jewel. Can we play Scrap Trawler and keep going? Don't think so. So I guess we're just copying to start. Here's a Mox. All right, here we go. The game is over. The game is super over. I don't think my opponent's getting another turn. I wanted to draw that. I guess I can draw it with a star. So I sack this, I get a star. Star. Sack star. Opal. Crawler. Trawler. Opal. Sack. Is there any way I can make sure this brain freeze kills my opponent? I don't know. I guess we can just cast it, right? They have an Emrakul. What do we do? Yeah, they have... Look how many wheels are in their deck! So many wheels! All right. How many wheels is that? So this is Shieldred, Hull Breacher, Wheel of Fortune, Twister, Echo. It's just 4-color wheels. All right. Big win. 3-0 trophy match. Up against another 2-0. We lost the die roll, unfortunately. Seems like a reasonable enough hand. I think this one's within range. Deathrite Shaman, huh? God, if we get Wastelanded, it's pretty bad. I'm telling you, man, Collector Roof is so good in this cube. If you like back it up with forces, I think Collector Roof is the nuts. I actually think a fair deck might be the best deck in this cube. Maybe not a Deathrite Shaman fair deck, to be fair, but like a blue-black Null Rod Frog deck is probably the best deck in this cube with Luris. Black, blue, Time Walk. Okay. Got a Frog follow-up here. It's pretty good. No, just Deathrite Shaman attack. Not even eat. Not even eat. Another tap land. I am not personally a big fan of tap lands in this cube unless you're trying to put Atraxas in your yard. That's a lot of colors. I mean, we are doing some amount of very powerful things. Preordain. We're pretty weak to like mana drain here. Scrubland. Opponent's just playing all the colors. I helped tune this one. I feel like I'm actually not very qualified to tune a typical vintage cube, but this is way closer to vintage constructed than the vintage cube. So I actually think this is right up my alley. And I think it came out great. I need to figure out what the best play from here is, though, and I don't know. Probably just play a One Ring. Do I respond to the protection trigger to try to draw for Ancestral, but they could have Hull Breacher? I think the answer is no. I think the answer is I just pass. Because they have Bowmaster. Oh, they didn't do anything. Sure. Bowmaster? No, Hull Breacher. Okay, so at least I time walk them a whole turn. Okay, I time walk them an entire turn there. I don't think I want... Good God, I need to draw exactly the cards that I need to draw. So I guess I should sack all of these things in response. I at least played this correctly and made my opponent get time walked a whole turn here on the Hold Reacher, but I'm gonna have to draw one of my bounce spells and a blue source. So I might be in trouble here. Fleshraker's a great draw, though. I guess what I'll do is play this. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Okay, good to know. I got forced as well. Force pitching to Fairy. All right, well. I mean, I'm in trouble. My opponent had Force and they had Hold Breacher, so I'm in trouble for sure. So the Vexing Bubble was doing something. We're looking pretty dead here. Is this DT? Oko. It's even worse. I guess not even worse. I guess if it was DT, it'd probably be Collector Roof. I will definitely take a 3/3 this time. I am in trouble. There's my Into the Flood Moss. I just need a blue, and they have to not be able to replay it somehow. Seems unlikely. Oh, I guess now they can exchange if they want, but maybe they'll give me a blue token. Don't think I'm living this long. No, they just stood up treasure token. I go to 6. I go to 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and they'll just be able. I mean, it's bad. Does it save me at all though? Not really. Might not even buy me a whole turn. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, Hull Breacher's really good against our deck. That's for sure. I think we just run it back. Play Patchwork. We could play Patchwork here. Might be good. Take out this jar and play Patchwork instead. Oh, right. We could have drawn Talon Gates at any point and we would win. Damn. Talon Gates is the best card in my deck. I know I have Black Lotus, but are we certain that Black Lotus is better than Talon Gates, chat? Like, this card is so busted. There's plenty of things that make mana with artifacts, but how many lands exile creatures for free? This hand looks bad. I'm mulligan this hand. I don't think Scream is necessary. Like, I think we're fine. Oh man, these hands are just not it though. We have finally hit the hands that just don't have enough mana in them. Just gonna mulligan this as well. Wow, our hands have been so bad. This is 5? It's a sad trophy match. Guess. It's bad time to hit the variance. I don't think so, but we lost on opponent's mulligan to what did the mulligan mulligan 5 last time, or did they not mulligan? I can't remember. We got soloed by a hull breacher, which is kind of classic KCI, actually. It's very on brand for KCI to get soloed by a hull breacher. Though, if I were to build KCI in Vintage today, I would, I'd play 4 Talon Gates, so. Damn, I would have drawn the card for that lets me play Forge. Black Lotus? That's cheating. That's not good. Teferi. Are we bouncing Patchwork, paying 2? Sure. You got it. Not the strongest play off of Black Lotus. My opponent went Scrubland Bayou Teferi, chat. That is illegal. There's no way my opponent went Scrubland Bayou Teferi. Come on. Be serious. Scrubland Bayou Teferi. Oh, that's funny, man. We're gonna lose to Scrubland Bayou Teferi. Time Walk. Still can't believe that happened. Blue, Preordain. Can't even cast Preordain off Bayou or Scrubland. It simply doesn't matter. Top, bottom. Brain Freeze is not a very good draw here. Oh, boy. Get in there. Can't flash in Hull Breacher. What is this, Bowmaster? Oh. Double Blook. I think that means we're dead here, chat. Think that means we're dead. Damn. It just didn't work out. Sometimes it doesn't work out. And that's okay. Not a trophy for KCI. How are we gonna do that? I can't cast it at instant speed. Hull Breacher? Uh-huh. It's okay. These leagues only take like an hour and a half. We'll probably do a second one. That way I have a video for tomorrow and for Wednesday. Even if my videos do super poorly, which they do, it's fine. Bounce my Sapphire with Lavinia out? Oh my god. My opponent played Scrubland Bayou Lavinia. No, 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 no. I'm out. What a hater. That's what haters would do. All right. Well, this was a solid deck. I think KCI is very viable here. I don't we had all of the power in our deck, but we didn't really have like the best glue. I feel like the deck could have been better, more cohesive, and be a little bit better against hate is how I feel. So I think it was pretty good though. KCI seems to work.